Friends, I am Girish Kumar from Trivandrum, former Chief Manager, IOB. Now we are going to discuss on Basel III capital framework. As you are aware, first Basel Committee report was published in 1988. What is Basel Committee? Bank of International Settlements have formed a committee under them on regulating banks and putting forward rules and regulations for prudential financing and soundness of credit by banks world over. So in 1988, Basel I report was published. In 1991, you all are aware that India has changed the banking sector developments because they have accepted liberalization policies. In banking sector, they have appointed Narasimhan Committee, and Narasimhan Committee has put forward prudential norms. What are prudential norms? Prudential norms are norms for sound banking. There are 4 items in prudential banking. One is income recognition, another one is asset classification, another one is capital adequacy, next one is provisioning. First one is capital adequacy. Minimum capital should be there for all banks. So Basel Committee stipulated that all banks in the world should have at least 8% as capital. Then Basel I stipulated 8% as capital, and Basel II in 1996. Basel II report was published and banks are asked to shift to Basel II norms. Basel II, in Basel II, some other changes also envisaged by Basel Committee. Basel I, credit risk is a main risk they have viewed for the banks. Credit risk, market risk, operational risk are the main risk now we are doing after Basel II and in Basel II and in Basel III. See, what is the stipulation in prudential norms? One is capital adequacy, minimum capital should be there. That is 8% by Basel Committee. RBI stipulated as 9%. Okay, then Basel II framework was introduced. So minimum capital requirement, Basel I, Basel II and Basel III. In Basel II also 9%. Basel III it was changed as 11.5%. That is the importance of Basel III. So minimum capital should be kept by all the banks. That is capital adequacy. Next one is income recognition. Income recognition means before this 1991 reforms, we have taken the accrued interest also as profit. Profit is calculated. How profit was calculated at that time? We have taken whatever the interest to be paid by the party also taken as the portion of our profit. But Narasimhan Committee told that whatever interest you are collecting only should be recognized. That can only be included in the profit. So NBN norms are published. So income recognition is second one. Third one is asset classification. As you are aware, all assets are our loans and other investments. These assets are classified into standard assets, substandard assets, doubtful assets and loss assets. So standard, at that time there was more time, 1 year, half year or 6 months. Now it is 3 months, you know. Standard assets, substandard assets, doubtful assets and loss assets. What is standard asset? Standard asset is the asset for which repayment is regularly coming to the banking system. The loans we are giving are repaid regularly. In standard, also RBI has divided into 3 new norms have introduced 2-3 years back. That is SMA category. Standard, even though SMA standard accounts, SMA special mention account, SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2. For example, if you have granted a loan in 1/12/2016, the first installment is due on 1/1/2017. So the installment should be paid within 30 days. That 30 days is called SMA 0. 31 to 60 days SMA 1. 61 to 90 days SMA 2. From 91st day, 91 days, 91st day, the account is becoming NPA. That is substandard. First category of NPA is substandard. The account will remain in substandard for 1 year. And then doubtful DA1, DA2, DA3, 3 categories. So 1 year in substandard, 1 year in DA1, 2 year in DA2, and after that DA3. Loss is another category. If all the security is eroded, or the first year itself, if more than 90% of the assets are eroded, there is no asset value less than 10%, then you can categorize the loan as in the first year itself as loss assets. Quick mortality in inspection, all these things we have seen. So Basel Committee has put forward some norms. Narsum Committee has introduced these, recommended these prudential norms. As per Narsum Committee, RBI accepted the norms, his report, major recommendations, and they have implemented the recommendation. So, asset classification, standard, substandard, doubtful, loss. Then, provisioning. Provisioning norm, you are all aware, you have to provide for the loss. The standard itself, there is provisioning, substandard is provisioning, then doubtful, loss. That another class we have conducted. In that class, we have explained all these things. Now, we are going to see what is the stipulation of Basel Committee. This Basel Committee is very important for all banks, not only in India, world over. Basel Committee put for Basel II. We are not interested. We are not interested to learn more on Basel I, even on Basel II. See, at that time, what was the Basel I, Basel II? Basel I, Basel II, all these committee reports. All these committee reports are to be implemented by member banks. So, RBI stipulated banks to implement the Basel recommendation. So, in Basel II, 3 pillars are introduced. They put forward 3 pillars. What are the 3 pillars? Minimum capital requirement, supervisory review process, and market discipline. These are the 3 pillars of Basel II. 3 pillars of Basel II. First pillar is minimum capital requirement. So, minimum capital should be there. What are the minimum capital requirement? Minimum capital requirement. First, there are 3 risks facing by banks. One is credit risk, another one is market risk, another one is operational risk. For credit risk, banks have to first introduce standardized approach. Credit for the capital for credit risk, all the banks have to introduce standardized approach at first. From standardized approach, we have to shift on to internal rate-based IRB foundation approach, then IRB advanced approach. So, 3 approaches in capital for credit risk. One is standardized approach, another one is IRB foundation approach, another one is IRB advanced approach. Then capital for market risk. Capital for market risk, standardized approach, maturity period, and standardized approach duration period. Standardized approach, first when we are shifting to Basel II, first we will introduce standardized approach maturity period. Then we will shift to standardized approach duration method. Then internal model method. Then another method is internal model. These three methods on capital on market risk. Then capital on operational risk. What is operational risk? You know, internal problems. All these risks are called operational risk. Basic indicator. The first one is basic indicator approach. Another one is standardized approach. And the third one is advanced measurement approach. So the capital for operational risk consists of, first one is, when we are starting, then we will introduce basic indicator approach. After that we will shift to standardized approach. After that advanced measurement. We have passed on all these stages. These are the three categories of this pillar 1 minimum capital requirement. Some question may ask from here, which is not a part of credit risk for capital in minimum capital requirement. And another one is pillar 2. Second one is pillar 2, that is supervisory review process. There is the importance of the supervisors, board and GMs, EDs and risk management committee, all these functionaries to review. That is a supervisory review process from manager to the top level. Ensure risk assessment. We have to assess what are the risks. There are several types of risks are there. Risks are classified into 6, you are all aware. One is liquidity risk, another one is credit risk, market risk, operational risk, interest rate risk and other risk. Risks are classified into 6. So under these 6 categories there are several other risks also. It is subdivided into several risks. So supervisory review process evaluate risk assessment, ensure soundness and integrity of banks internal process to assess the adequacy, whether our process, internal process is adequate for the banks for mitigating this risk. Another one is ensure maintenance of minimum capital. That is, if there is PCA, if some banks are under PCA, if it is under PCA, some other PCA shortfall capital also should be there. So ensure maintenance of minimum capital. Next, prescribe differential capital. Necessary differential capitals are there. You know, some categories are there where the internal process are slant. RBI will ask them to keep more capital. RBI will stipulate to keep more capital for shortfalls or slacks. Then the third one is market risk. Third one is market discipline. Market discipline is the third pillar. Enhanced disclosure. That is the first category in market discipline. Disclosure should be enhanced. We should disclose maximum. Don't hide anything. If Ombudsman have punished the bank, if RBI has imposed any penalty, then we have to disclose all these things in the balance sheet. Notes on account is there. Disclosure norms are there now. Enhanced disclosure. Core disclosures and supplementary. Main disclosures compulsorily you have to do. It is stipulated by RBI that you should not avoid these disclosures. Core disclosures and supplementary disclosures. Then timely semi-annual means half-yearly and yearly. You have to disclose all the half-year balance sheet and in yearly balance sheet you have to disclose all these things. That is market discipline. Enhanced disclosures, core disclosures and supplementary disclosures and semi-annually and annually. Oh, okay. Then pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3. Pillar 1 is minimum capital requirement. It is divided into 3. That is credit risk, market risk and operational risk. And there are also 3 approaches in each category. Then supervisory review process we have explained. And then is market discipline. There also we can see 3 items: enhanced disclosure, core disclosure and supplementary disclosure, and timely semi-annual and annually. Then we have to learn in detail what is pillar 1, minimum capital requirement. Then that is capital adequacy. Here you have to see that from 2013 April to 2020 March, we are going to from 2 to 3, Basel 2 to 3. Now we have to learn what is Basel 2 and what is Basel 3. See,